Welcome to Binge Week Bowling on the Play Space Live. I'm Keith Avalone from Play Games. Sam is our executive producer for this evening, and hopefully you got our June sports ping in your inbox this morning with all the information on Binge Week Bowling. We've never done anything this big with a bowling game in the 20 years that it's been around. So we're really excited about this. We got 2 new card sets, men's and women's card sets. We get a brand new game mat. We put the game on sale all this week to kind of, give a little extra incentive for people to take the plunge. And we got a new tournament mode for campaign play that we've put together and featured on our blog post. We're going to show you how that works tonight. So it's an exciting time for the bowling game, and we're glad you're part of Binge Week Bowling all week on Play Games. Let's show you the mat really quickly. We're going to give you a quick look at the play mat if we go to the game table here. I've got it set sideways like this. I'm going to stand up and show you how to bowl. Now this is primarily I guess when we designed this, we designed it for participation mode, where you're making like a bowler and rolling this D20 down the alley, which I'll show you how to do in a second. But as I'm sitting here in front of it, I'm thinking, you could use this. You could play the regular game with this because the Y and Z ball charts are how would you say, perpendicular, but they're very easily readable even from this angle. So I think I'm probably going to play the bowling game, without in spectator mode, even using the mat. Is certainly doable for that. All right, I'm going to stand up so my voice is going to sound a little farther away. So the way you play participant mode is you take this D20 and you try to roll it down the alley and you try to get it to land in here. The closer you can get it into, if you can get it to touch, the triangle here, the pin area, or land in it, that's considered an exceptional ball. If the ball, if the D20 goes off the into the gutter or off the mat, then that's considered a questionable ball. Anything else is normal. So you can kind of play it safe and go like that, and that's going to be a normal ball. The only stipulation is that the D20 has to hit on this side of the foul line. You can't go like this. That wouldn't be fair. But you can go like this. And that is would be a normal ball. A 2 would probably be a strike. On a 175 card, that would be a strike. Of course, if you can try to get it to land in the zone, and thereby get an exceptional ball. And the more you do this, the better you get at it. Oops, that was not a very good roll. I don't want to spend a lot of time rolling, but I do want to get an exceptional ball. There. Oh, that's off, just a little bit off. Um, that's getting pretty close. Anyway, you get the idea. You roll the D20 down the alley, and it adds an element of manual dexterity to the luck because you're combining the dice roll with the placement. And it's really a fun way to play with a group of people. We've done a couple of live events with this. I remember our event in Minneapolis a few years ago. We did this for prizes. It was super fun. And we will be conducting a rock and bowl event at PLAAY.con in August. So those of you that are planning to attend that, get ready for some rock and bowl fun with the new play mat. And we'll even break out the multicolored marbleized D20 so you can pick your favorite color. All right, let's show you how tournament mode works. Now, there's nothing fancy about it right now. I've got if you've checked out the ping, you know that you can read the blog post. There's also a printable version, which is basically this. It's nothing fancy. What we wanted to do was try this out, get some people playing it, and then we'll probably make a few tweaks to it. One thing that I'm thinking of tweaking is the money status of the people that don't make the ladder finals, anyway, but generally it's I think pretty workable. But there may be a few tweaks we make. So once we decide on the final format, we will then format this so it looks like this. In fact, it's probably going to wind up on the back side of this. The Bowl-o-Rama game comes with a quick play bowling mode board, and we'll probably put the tournament mode on the back side of it, which is currently blank. So, all that to say, don't expect anything fancy right now. It doesn't look fancy, but at some point it will. All right, I'm going to just do one more quick shuffle of these cards. Let's show you how the tournament mode works. It's similar. It's inspired by the golf game. You can read the blog post to find out more about it, but I'm just going to go conduct it right now, and we'll show you how it works. So you take the stack. This is the current. This is the men's 2021 Pro Stars. I think there's 88 cards in this set, so it's a pretty thick stack, as you can see. I've got it, blank side up, so I can't see who I'm shuffling and who I'm drawing. I do one more shuffle. Why not, right? I like to shuffle. So we'll just put it right here. All right, so we're going to divide this into 8 stacks. Similar to what you do in the golf game, where you're dividing into stacks, morning and afternoon qualifying. The stacks do not have to be equal. In fact, it's kind of cool if they're not, because then the stacks with smaller number of bowlers, actually have a slightly better chance of being drawn. Which that's kind of the way it works. It's not totally fair in professional bowling or in any sport really. There's always an element of luck and randomness. So we got this down to 4. Now we're going to divide it again into 8. So we divide it again into roughly half. And we'll be ready to roll with this. There's this. I want to make sure they're all on the table, but I don't want to cover up my chart here. All right, so there's our 8 stacks. And we can pick any one of these to start with. We'll start with this one here. And we roll 2d6. And we read the result from the tournament mode board. So that's a 4, which means we're going to take the 3 highest average bowlers from this pile, and they all have to be full star, in other words, regular participants. So that's going to narrow this down. There's going to be no drawn bowlers, no random bowlers from this stack. So we'll go here and we'll look for the highest 3, and we'll put out the first 3 that we find. They're automatically the first 3. So I got Chris Prather, Ryan Simonelli, Jesper Svensson, and then we're going to look through and see if anybody's higher. So he's got Anthony Simonson's 219, so that is going to eliminate the low. That's going to take Ryan Simonelli out. Jason Stern's at 211. I don't think he's going to be higher. We get 219, 219, 216. So we just kind of quickly go through this. That won't work. E.J. Tackett is going to knock out somebody, I believe. He'll knock out the low guy, which is Svensson. Castillo's not going to make it. Tom Hess will not make it. Wes Malott is going to be on the outside looking in. Norm Duke also. Well, Norm Duke, let's see, 219.863. Looks like he's going to get past Chris Prather. So this is going to be our first 3. Simonson, Tackett, and Norm Duke. And we'll just set them aside. These guys are going to set aside over here as the non-qualifiers. Now we go to the next stack. We roll again. And we get a 10. We're going to draw 2 bowlers, and then we're going to advance the highest average bowler, and it can be a full or half star. A blank star guy is not going to advance. So let's draw our first two. We'll just draw them randomly. Now, you could roll a die for this or find some other way, but I'm comfortable doing it this way. So Matthew McNeil with the 212 average from Minneapolis will qualify. And we'll take Packy Hanrahan. Is that a great name or what? Packy Hanrahan from Wichita is going to be. And then we'll take the remaining guy who's got the highest average, as long as he's got a star of some kind. That's probably going to be, let's see. Looks like it will be Kyle Troop who will edge out Kyle Sherman. So Kyle Troop goes to the pile, and the rest of these guys go to the side. Do another roll for 6. That's going to be draw one bowler to advance. Then we're going to advance the 2 highest bowlers. Again, they must be full stars. So one chance at a draw here. We'll go with A.J. Johnson. And then we'll take the 2 highest bowlers with full or half star. It can't be a no-star bowler. Let's see. We got Matt Russo's 216. Jason Belmonte. Well, I did a test run of this. He did not qualify. It's like extremely rare that Jason Belmonte doesn't make it, but we'll see. So we're taking the top 2. Let's see here. Karsten Hansen is a no. Tom Doherty is going to barely beat out Matt Russo. I'm just looking at the averages here. Ronnie Russell is no. Sean Maldonado, unfortunately, is not going to make it this time. Dom Barrett will take Tom Doherty's place. Cameron Doyle, no. Darren Tang, no. And Nicholas Pate, no. So they all go to the other stack. We'll put Jason Belmonte and Dom Barrett in the pile to join A.J. Johnson. Now we go to our next stack. It's a 9. We're going to draw 2 bowlers and then advance the highest bowler, full star average. So we'll put in Tim Foy Jr. He's going to get a moment in the sun, as will Zeke Bate, a couple of the lesser stars of the PBA. And then we'll take the highest person. Let's see, with a 10, with a 9, they've got to have a full star only. So anybody with a partial star like Parker Bone will not qualify. Sanders is out. I'm looking for full stars here. There's no star there. There's a star. Partial star. Partial. No star. So a lot of these guys are not going to even have the chance. Which means it doesn't mean they've failed. It means that they may not have participated. It's a participation role. All those guys were partial stars. The only guy with a full star in that stack was Graham Falk, who, with a 208 average, will make it into the Sweet 16. I hope I pronounced that right. It might be Foch. I'm not sure. All right. We got 4 stacks to go. A 6 again. Let's see. We're going to draw 1 bowler to advance, then the 2 highest bowlers with a full star. Dick Allen goes. Millie, what are you chewing on down there? Oh, Millie the super dog is at my feet and she's chewing on something. I hope it's nothing. Oh, it's just a piece of paper. It's nothing crucial. All right, so let's look at Tom Smallwood. No. Or he could make it with a 213. There's Anthony Pepe. Let's look for the next. So Rhino Page will not be the high star. He doesn't have a full star anyway. Walter Ray Williams will dislodge Pepe. Jacob Buturf will dislodge Tom Smallwood. So we got 2 of the bigger stars here. Nick Crummell, no. Marshall Kent will dislodge Walter Ray Williams Jr., sorry. Francois Levoix. Nope, not enough to get past Marshall Kent. Schaefer is no. Spar is no. Levery Spar. Greg Young, no, and no. Looks like Jacob Buturf and Marshall Kent will be our representatives, along with Dick Allen from this group. 3 groups left. We roll again. 5, 3 highest average bowlers. Okay, so no drawn bowlers from this, and no, they have to have at least a partial star. So let's see what we got here. We've got Thomas Larson at 211, Pete Weber at 211. We've got Chris Barnes at 215. Now let's start knocking them out. Mitch Hoop, 211.23. That's enough to knock out Pete Weber. Andres Gomez, 210. I think he is not going to be able to make it. Chris Villa. I watched some video on him just yesterday. He's a pretty stout bowler. He will take care of Mitch Hoop. I guess it's Chris Vi is how you pronounce it. Looks like Chris Villa. Chris Vi is how it's pronounced. Patrick Gerard, 219. So that will knock out Thomas Larson. So these are going to be our three. Oh, wait, they all have stars, so they're all good. We'll put these three over here. Two left. We got a four. Three highest average bowlers, full star only. You can see how this weeds out the partial, the bowlers that didn't bowl that much, especially the ones who bowled a few times and had a good average. So let's take, let's see, is it full or half star? No, it's full star only. So I'm going to take out all the partial stars and see what we have. That's going to knock out quite a few. Let's see, Josh Blanchard.
Glenn Bonesteel asked if the stars are new to this set.
Yes, they are new to this set. It's you read about it in the blog post. We post that. I think that information's in the blog post. And we may go back and probably won't retrofit those usage stars to the previous sets, but we might be able to come up with like a sheet that comes with it that tells you who gets what symbols. We may add them to the, for the Legends set, they're all going to be full stars, so it's not really a thing. If you're playing with a set, like for the Bowling America, the older Bowling America Congress sets, you can just assume that everybody has a full star, because those are smaller sets. They're designed not to represent everybody. There's like only 48 cards in the set, so they can all be considered to have full stars. But yes, going forward, we'll have the usage symbols included. All right, so these are our four guys with full stars, and let's pick the three of them. Who's got the lowest average? I guess we can eliminate it that way. Looks like the lowest average is going to be Michael Tang. So Sean Rash, Brad Angelo, and Josh Blanchard will all go in. All right, and the final group, roll two. So it's three drawn bowlers. We just draw three at random on a two. So this is how Jason Belmonte got eliminated in my test run-through earlier today. All right, so it's going to be Bill O'Neill and Michael Davidson with a 205 average. And let's choose Brad Miller. And let's see who didn't make it. Chris Loschetter, Sean Lavery-Spar, AJ Chapman, Sam Cooley. No big names really so far. Gary Faulkner, Michael Martell, and Andrew Anderson. So we really didn't eliminate anybody notable with that, but we do have three people. All right, so these are our final 24. This represents the big 24 that will be then bowling, for the big bucks. What will happen at this point, and again, this is all spelled out in the blog post. What will happen at this point is that each of these bowlers will bowl a game against each of the other bowlers. So it's a 23-game series, and then there's the 24th game where they actually match the highest with the lowest and so forth. They seed them. It's called the positioning round, and that's what we're going to recreate with this next step. We're going to recreate the positioning round. So these guys have all bowled, against each other, and obviously some of them have not done as well as others. We're not going to recreate every game. We're going to find the 8 guys who have done the best. All right. So we shuffle these cards up. Actually, we don't really need to shuffle. We'll just deal them out into 4 piles of 6. 1, 1, 1, just to make sure that we're distributing them fairly, getting them differently into different groups. 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6. So somebody's got more than, what do I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I must have miscounted. 1. Oh, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait a minute here. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on here. How did I miscount this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. Are these cards sticking together? 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there should be 6 in this stack. 1, 2, 3. Yes, there we go. Well, thank goodness I didn't screw it up. All right, so I got 6 in each pile. Now we're going to go through each pile. We're going to roll 1 dice. And we have a different set of criteria here. We roll a 1. That means the 2 highest average bowlers in this stack will advance to the positional round. So we look in the stack and find the 2 guys with the highest averages. Looks like that is going to be, just checking here, well, it's not going to be Tim Foy Jr., unfortunately. Looks like it's going to be Jacob Buterf and Marshall Kent. Sean Rash is close, but not quite there. So these guys are going to get money. Oh, and I need to also do. I did forget a step, but I'll backtrack and cover that. Let's cover this first. All right, so we roll again one die for each of these stacks. 3 will be we'll draw 1 at random, and then the highest average guy will advance. We'll draw this person. Chris Vi makes it, and who's the highest that's left? And by the way, you should draw first and then find the highest from the remaining bowlers. I think that's spelled out on the chart. Highest remaining is going to be Bill O'Neill at 219. So we'll put Bill O'Neill over there. And these guys go over here. This stack, we've got going to roll a 5. That means we're going to have 2 drawn bowlers. So we're going to pick 2 of these guys unseen at random. Let's go with, well, you know, in here we can roll a die because we got exactly 6 cards in the stack. So we'll roll 1 and 2. So these 2 guys will go in. It's going to be Kyle Troop and Chris Barnes. These guys go over here. And 1 more stack. And it's going to be a draw. We'll draw 1, and the highest average bowler will advance. So let's go ahead and roll a die. 2. That means Patrick Gerard will advance. And then from here, we'll take the highest remaining guy. Dick Allen's 214.
1 card left over there. I don't know if that's in that stack.
Oh, shoot. You're right. Let's see here. 215, 212, 219. Okay, so it's going to... Oh, Jason Belmonte. Well, there he goes. Jason Belmonte's going to be in our ladder finals. Okay, so let's talk about the money points. And this is, again, something we kind of borrowed from the... golf game, because it's a lot easier. I mean, we could make a lot of math calculating pinfall and averages for everybody. Oh, there's the dog moving the camera. Millie. We all right?
Yeah,
okay.
We're fine.
Okay. We could do a lot of math, roll a lot of numbers and get actual numbers. And, some people would really like that. But for many of us, it's like we just want to get to the ladder finals. So the expedient way to do this is to just award money points. This is assuming, so this assumes that you've placed well enough. We don't know what your actual average was. We're not going to worry about that. But we do know that you cashed it. You're a casher. You cashed out. So for the guys... We actually take some of the guys who did not make the top 24 will walk away from the tournament with money. And here's how you'll do that. You'll divide, this is our stack of, gosh, I don't know, there's probably 60 bowlers in this stack. We'll divide this again into 4 stacks of 4. And again, they don't have to be equal. And then we're going to roll a die for each of these stacks, and the top 2 stacks will each get money. The highest stack will get 2 points. The highest roll, the stack which gets the highest die roll gets 2 points. The stack which gets the next highest roll gets 1 money point. Now, there is a stipulation that if the highest roll is less than 7, then only a full star player in that stack gets the money points. If it's less than 10, then it's only the full and half star. So in other words, the high roll's got to be a 10 or better for the no star guys to collect money in this stack. So we've got a 12, so there's 12, 10. So we're going to give money 4 and 7. So these guys, everybody in these 2 stacks, they go home with no money. We could go through this and look at some of them. There may be a few big names in here. Ryan Schaefer, Sean Maldonado. These guys go home with no money. This was the high stack. Everybody in this stack is going to get 2 money points, and you could quickly go through and write, keep track of that on your spreadsheet. Everybody in this stack is going to get 1 money point. All right, they don't qualify for the finals, but they do get money. All right, now to this stack. We separated this down from 24 to 8. All right, these what is this? This would be 16 guys. There are 16 guys in this stack. These guys will get 4 money points. All right, so they're going to go home with a little bit more money, but they're going home. Now we get to this stack. This is our stack of 8. This is the positioning round. Visualize that we're in the 24th of 24 games. We're not going to have these guys bowl against each other, but we are going to use the quick play bowling mode to determine a score. And we're going to figure out the 5 highest guys. This is how we're going to seed them, by using the quick play bowling mode chart that comes with the game. So we'll just start with Jason Belmonte. He'll go first. We could shuffle these up, but we'll just go ahead and just roll it like this. So we'll roll in spectator mode. He gets a 6. Ooh, he didn't bowl very well. 16-6. That's a questionable ball on a 16 minus 47. So I think Jason Belmonte is not going to make the stepladder final. He's going to bowl poorly. That doesn't necessarily mean he bowled. What do we got here? 16 is minus 47. So that's actually a 177. And I should say it's still possible that he might sneak in. We'll see. He's going to get a 177. Patrick Gerard, that's a terrible game for him. A guy that averages 224. Patrick Gerard, but look at this. Patrick Gerard gets a 19 with a questionable ball. So he will lose 50. So he gets a 169. He must have had a tricky oil pattern. 169. All right, here's Kyle Troop. With a 14, a normal ball would be minus 11 from his average, so that gives him a 206. Nobody's really bowling very well in this positioning round. Chris Barnes, with a 215 average, gets a 10. He'll get a 216. So he's our best bowler so far. He's the number 1 seed so far. Bill O'Neill, with a 219. He gets a 4, and a normal ball 4 is plus 19. That gives him a 239. 239. Okay, so those are our 5. So from here on in, every time somebody scores, we're gonna strike a name from here. It might be the person we're bowling for. So Chris Vi goes first. Ooh, we got an exceptional ball, a 9. That will be plus 43. He's going to wind up with a 255. And that's going to knock out the low score, which is Gerard. So Gerard is out. Here's Marshall Kent. A 19. But a normal 19, which will be minus 26. That puts him at 217 is his average. Let's see. How can I figure that? That will be 196, right? 26. No. If it's minus 30 would be 187, and add 4 is 191. So he's at 191 for Marshall Kent. That's still enough to take care of Jason Belmonte. So we're not going to see Jason Belmonte? What? We're going to run these guys Thursday night in the stepladder format. Here's our final guy. Jacob Budorf has got to roll at least a 206 or a 191. Piece of cake, right? Oh, look at that. We got a wow result. Maybe he's going to roll a 300. No. He did roll pretty good. Roll a 263 though. So he will be our top seed. So it's going to be Jacob Budorf as the number 1 seed. Via is the number 2 seed. O'Neill is number 3. Barnes is number 4. So our first match of the ladder will be Troop against Marshall Kent. And that's how we'll start out next week's, or rather Thursday night stream. We'll have Troop bowling against Kent, and then the winner will play Barnes, and then the winner of that game will play O'Neill, and then the winner of that game will play Vi, and then the winner of that game plays Budorf for the for our Step Ladder Championship, our TV event championship. That's how it works. How long did that take? How far into this are we? Not that far, right?
30 minutes in.
So they couldn't have taken more than, even with me explaining it, 20 minutes. It actually goes faster than that when you're just sitting there by yourself. Unless you talk to yourself a lot like I do, then maybe it will take you 20 minutes. I don't know. But that is how tournament mode works. And again, we do invite your feedback on this. A couple of folks have already emailed us saying that that they really like it and making some suggestions. In fact, the money points thing for eliminating some of the no stars and half stars in the initial round was an idea that Bob Hansen suggested, and we kind of implemented that at the last minute. Were you going to say something, Sam? Somebody saying? Okay.
We got a couple comments in here, but you can come back.
Good. Yeah, I'll take a look at them, and we are soliciting comments. So give it a try. Let me know what you think, and who knows? Maybe by the end of the week we'll have our all the tweaks made, and we'll be able to put together our little formatted tournament mode board, which will, I promise you, look much more professional than this. So thanks a lot for watching tonight. We will see you Thursday night for our step ladder tournament. Should be exciting. I don't think we're gonna. I think we're gonna roll it completely spectator mode rather than having any participation mode. But it would be fun to do some sort of a participation mode thing. We'll save that for another broadcast though. So we'll see you Thursday night. Until then, enjoy your week. And as always, we thank you for being part of the Play Games community.